He gave me a tender heart to really see him and to see him as like my savior.
The world will never give you what the Lord has to give you, and I never want to go back.
I'm 18, I'm in college, I get a text from my sister saying that dad had a stroke. After that had happened, he passed a couple of days later, and that's when like everything spiraled for me. I was basically covering my hurt, my wounds, my burdens with, partying, drinking, excessively, smoking weed, growing up at 18 and, getting a job by myself and, really developing those skills in the world really conjured up pride, ego, and it really put me in a place where everything that I did was about me. The world tells you, yeah, that's awesome, that's good, keep going, and you're doing great, be proud of yourself, but it's it fills your head up and makes you think you're someone that you're not. Christianity to me was just religion. It wasn't like a relationship. I love God, but it wasn't being shown. I would talk to people about God, and those people would look at me and be like, why do I have to change when you're not changing?
Education was a very important thing in my life, so I would go after the worldly things. Get your master's, then you're going to continue to do well in your career, and that was really the standard. And there was always just something missing. I was chasing after that. I was chasing after the right career. I was chasing after the right salary. I was chasing after how many friends I could have and how many, great parties you can go to on the weekend. So it was exhausting. And then I was in an ungodly relationship as well. It was a very toxic relationship. It led to divorce really quickly, and all of that went away. And it got me to the lowest point because I was living such an ungodly relationship and an ungodly life. I didn't realize that there was anything better than what the world had to offer. So chasing after things such as education, getting married, everything like that, it's not bad to have, but in my world, it was something that I was only striving to have. And it was very purposeful for me. As everything was falling apart, I didn't have God as my foundation, and it truly led me to a broken state.
When I was living in the world, it was almost as if pride was leading me, thinking that I knew God. But when I met people who had a relationship with Christ, it was I'm totally wrong. You know what I mean? The way I'm living my life is completely wrong. That's how I actually encountered Christ. When I met Jesus, it was okay, if you're gonna do this, it's not about going to church every Sunday, but it's every single day. It's a lifestyle. Especially with losing my father, I was empty, and the void that I had in my heart was just basically filled with things that, the world basically gave me. And he gave me a tender heart to see him as my savior.
After, getting divorced and everything like that, I was completely lost and broken. I gave my heart to Jesus, and he quickly filled that void with comfort that I can't even describe. It was something that was so supernatural that it truly wanted me to serve the Lord for the rest of my life, because the world will never give you what the Lord has to give you. And when I used to get anxious about all these things that were so small, now they're not as big. I rely on truly allowing the Lord to come in and to intervene during those times. It's a really awesome relationship, and I never want to go back.
So in 2018, I asked her maybe 4 or 5 times to go get coffee with me, and she said no every time, except for the 4th time. We dated for about a year, and we got married that summer of the year that we got engaged, and it was the best summer of our lives. Yeah.
So after we got engaged, we really got some advice on how to do it the right way. We truly wanted it to be a godly relationship.
Jesus is the foundation of our relationship. He sets the tone with, peace and love, and it's a light to the world because it's God's love is shown right there between both parties.
We are ministering to other couples to show them godly ways to help them restore their relationships together and to truly use the Word as their foundation.
And for us, we made the choice that our house will serve the Lord.